And we are back with more Elden Ring. Last time we left off, we were searching around the middle of Limgrave. We decided to go upriver, and in doing that, we came across our good old multiversal friend, Patches. He was there at the start, and he's here at the end. Gotta love him. And, yeah, came across a few dungeons. I'm trying to think of what else. I do admit I have forgotten, actually, to check previous video comments, so apologies in advance if I forget anything. Oh, I do recall that there should be a treasure over in that carriage over here, so let's go ahead and grab that. That was a much older comment, but still valuable to know. I could probably just sneak up on this guy and take him out all easy peasy like. The treasure should just be right behind him. There we go. What do we got here? Ooh, flail. Nice. And I cannot help but wonder how physicsy it is. Also, in hindsight, did we ever check out that graveyard? I'm so used to graveyards from MMOs of being just respawn locations, but that's not how games like this one work, so... Although, seeing the inscription on the blade, have we been here before? Goldrick the Golden, humiliated, having tasted defeat by the blade of Pequela, now on his knees, begging for mercy. Alright. Not seeing any other, like, tribute buried or whatnot. Ooh. What's that really, really tall cliff in the distance? May we know that it's not this thing here? Huh. Okay, maybe it's something, like, really far away. Maybe it's that weird, like, the ruins in the sky that we see, like, pieces having fallen down from. It's a very clear day in-game. So is that like a lumber camp? You wanna go? We can go. We are both bad at this. There we go. Alright, beast liver. Just have a drink. Oh yeah, I don't think we checked out here. Oh, wait, no, I think we have. Okay, these are just ruins again. But yeah, it makes me wonder all the more if that, like... Not that tower, but thing right above my character's head. That's like a super tall cliff. Yeah, we should probably grab some of these rune fragments. Why not? Those are free rainbow stones. Which we should probably craft some of them. Although... I mean, we should still craft some. The although is more being like, what is up with this camp? Three, four. Ouch. Alright, need to get some health back proper here. There we go. That wolf definitely ruined a good thing we had going on. Where are you, wolf? One, two, three, four. Yeah, I heard the weird yell grunt. Two, knock him off his horse. Go. Oop, nice. Replenish that. Wait, no. Here we go. Re-enchant our holy lance. I mean, halberd. Holy halberd. Lance, this sounds... Ooh, chitin armor, okay. Holy Lance, this sounds cool. Very Final Fantasy, Lance of Longinus, all that good stuff. Armorous Cookbook 1. I was tempted to wait for him to get up on his own, but he was targetable. He didn't seem immediately friendly, so... I do wonder. Okay, we seem to be safe. Okay, so Armorous Cookbook is a new item. We get fire grease, drawstring fire grease, and fireproof dried liver. A record of crafting techniques left by the armor who served Great General Radon. Contains knowledge of dealing with rot, the application of fire in particular. Oh yeah, the chitin armor. Armor worn by chitin sellswords. Made of the pelt of the snow wolf, which protects against the cold. These hawking, fearless mercenaries, said to hail from the mountaintops of the wintry north, are adept at fighting on horseback. Chitin is the name of their home settlement. And for the flail, weapon consisting of a bludgeoning head attached to a handle by a chain. The iron ball is spiked and induces blood loss. Ooh. Blows from this weapon cannot be parried. The charge attack whirls the iron ball around for increased force for striking. I like the sound of all of that. Ooh, weight of 5 though. But... I mean, weight of 8 on the halberd. Oh, 8 dexterity. Huh. Honestly, I would have figured strength would have been more important than dexterity, but I guess dexterity makes sense in that it's like a finesse weapon. Although it does remind me in general that we should probably... Well, actually, okay. I think even though we can't use it well, we can still take a look at what like the moveset looks like here. Okay, it's pretty quick. Nice. Good. Okay. It's a tiny bit shorter than I thought it would be. Like a bit more stiff too. Let's see. Alright, that is definitely more silly than I thought. Like, I imagined it being much longer of a chain. Can this destroy stuff? Yeah. Oh wait, does that actually, like, drain RP, like, consistently? Oh, it does. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, actually, it sounded cooler than it looks in practice. So I do think we should try to get our base stats up to 20 first. And then start, like, putting stuff into int, dex, strength, faith, etc. Because by that point, we should have more items and we can kind of make a better determination on, like, what's going to be with us to the end and not... I mean, somewhat. Like, not being able to use weapons in combat kind of narrows things down a bit, sadly. Okay, big ol'... one of the weird, like, troll things. Okay. Okay, a lot of wolves. Alright, good. They don't see us. Okay. Now, we had a picture for, like, one of the puzzle things. Where is it? Was that the giant making a ruckus just now? Okay, well, no one's sneaking up to stomp us down. Yeah, let's see. Where was that picture? Sorry, the moment we go into the menu, it's just everything seems to threaten us here. Okay, we got a map. Got that summoning bell. How very, very strange. Because there should be the puzzle picture for, like, find this location. But for the life of me, I do not see it. These are recent items, so, yeah. A bit too far in the past. Should be under the... Oh, here we go. Yeah, the Home Instinct painting. So obviously basically a minor tree in the distance, and it's near the waterway. Or at least a waterway. I guess technically part of the bridge is, if we look at the map here. It could be this, but it's probably this thing. How many flasks do we have? We have enough where we could probably roam, explore for a bit before we would have to retreat. Yeah, let's get a bit closer on this end here. Why? Are they conjuring thunder? Or, okay, now it's just hitting the general area, so it's not hitting an item over and over again. Take a little look-see up here. Stormhill. I'm getting the distinct vibe that this is not a most welcoming area. I mean, in theory, we might be able to outrun any lightning bolts, even though that does sound pretty ridiculous. Double checking our map here. We're not... Yeah, because we're trying to avoid this area for right now. That's where we're supposed to go. Alright. Generic base camp. Very hard to see through the window to see if there is a Erd tree off in the distance. A tarnished golden sunflower. Oop, here we are. Here's the site of grace we can use. Touch grace, and then... Oh! Oh, we do have somebody here. What up, good sir? The War Master's shack.
Not seen you before. Name's Bernard. Tarnished, just like you. Let me ask you something. Are you here in the lands between to take up the fight? Does your faith in the guidance of grace hold firm, despite the collapse of the Golden Order?
My faith holds firm. Yes, I can see grace, we can do miracles, it's all good stuff.
Yes, you're a Tarnished through and through. Takes me back. But that's a quality needed now more than ever. Any interest in bearing the torch of my battle arts? All I know is the sword. Picked up a fair few tricks in my time, too. Now's the time to pass them on. To a good and proper Tarnished, like you.
Ooh, very much interested. Knight Bernal. Let's talk to him a bit.
There's a myriad of battle arts in these lands that I've yet to discover. Mementos of all the warriors who raised their arms in battle, lost and died. A fine tale, all told of true chivalric romance. That's how I fell in love with the sword, and the arts of combat. It grants meaning even to falling in battle, to death itself.
Okay. Alright, so these are all Ashes of War. We have Stamp, Upward Cut. Let's see here. Okay, the this Ash of War grants an armament the heavy affinity in the following skill: Stamp, Upward Cut. Brace armament and step into a low stance that prevents recoil from most enemy attacks. Follow with a strong attack for an upward strike. Use bow on swords, axes, and hammers. Small and medium swords accepted. Not accepted. Accepted, as in they're the exception. They're not accepted, as in all things are accepted here. Ash of War Kick. This grants an armament the heavy affinity. The following skill: Kick, push an enemy back with a high kick. Effective against enemies who are guarding and can break a foe's stance. Sometimes a simple tool is most effective. Usable on all melee armaments. Honestly, I kind of want that. Ash of the War Endure. Okay, grants heavy. Endure. Assume an anchored stance to brace for an incoming attacks, briefly boosting poise. Damage taken while using a skill is reduced. Usable on all armaments. War Cry, heavy affinity. War Cry, give a War Cry to rally the spirits and increase attack power. While active, strong attacks change to charging attacks. Okay. Usable on all melee armaments. Dagger, thrusting swords, and whips accepted. Ooh, we got whips in the game. Nice. I mean, we had whips in previous games, but sometimes you never know. Ash of War Spinning Slash gains the Keen affinity. Spinning Slash, skill favored by dexterous warriors, slash foe as their body spins. Additional input allows for a follow-up attack, usable on sword, axes, pole arms, colossal weapons accepted. Impaling Thrust, also keen. Skill that lets piercing armaments overcome enemy shields, build power, then lunge forward for a strong thrust that pierces enemy guard. Usable on all weapons capable of thrusting, colossal weapons accepted. Quick Step, nice. Okay, that's keen again. Skill prize of the crafty and fleet of foot. Perform a quick step maneuver that allows for circling around locked-on targets. I do like that too. The Stormblade, the quality affinity. This is keen before, right? Okay. Stormblade, lost skill of Stormveil. Surround armaments with shearing storm winds that can be fired forward. Can be fired in rapid succession. Usable on swords, colossal weapons, and twin blades accepted. Parry. This Ash of War grants no affinity to an armament, but imparts the following skill. Parry. Use the skill with, in time with the enemy's melee attack to deflect and break the foe's stance. This provides an opening to perform a critical hit. Usable on daggers, curved swords, thrusting swords, fists, claws, and small-medium shields. And Ash of War, no skill. This Ash of War grants no affinity to an armament and replaces any skill present with the following. No skill. This armament has no skill. If the armament, on the other hand, has a skill, that skill will be used instead. Usable on shields and torches. Now that I do like. We've been looking for something like this for a while here, so get that. I also do want quick step. I do kind of like the ability to circle around a foe. Okay. Also tempted about Stormblade. But it's only usable on swords. But it would give swords a bit of a way to have, like, long enough distance here. I'm curious about upward cut, but the reason I hesitate is that things are getting a bit expensive. Like, we are already away from leveling up again now. But it should be okay. We shouldn't put off buying stuff for too long. Alright, that should be enough for right now.
Well, until we meet again.
Given, if I recall correctly, this is called the War Master's Shack. Yeah. So, assumedly, he should stay here. He shouldn't vanish on us suddenly. Alright, so with that in mind, let's go ahead and see here. Yeah, we can't level up anymore, but Ashes of War. I wouldn't mind getting basically... not Storm Stomp. Oh yeah! Derp. So what was Sacred Blade again? Grants attacks Holy Essence and fires off Golden Blade projectile. Okay. Hold on, I'm double checking Quick Step. Dang it. Alright, hold on. Alright, back out of that real quick. Was that only usable on swords and daggers? No, usable on all melee armaments. So, why was I not seeing it for the halberd? I could just be blind. It wouldn't be the first time. Ah, here we go. Quick step. Alright. Alright, keep it on standard. I do wonder about, like... I am trying to think, like, why does the dagger have better backstabbing? What stat gives it better backstabbing? Because, like, in theory, a sword would be just as good. Ah, okay, so critical 130. Alright. Yeah, and all daggers basically have a above standard crit hit chance. Yeah, and all normal weapons have basically a base of 100, it looks like, including basically our halberd here. Although, we go back to Ashes of War. We change it to a keen. Alright, that does not affect the critical hit chance. Alright, cool. Half tempted about basically sacred. Yeah, remove it from the mace, but keep it. Yeah, keep it standard. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Yeah, we're once again far away from being able to level. Okay, not bad. Which, this is an equivalent then if we had just casted Order's Blade, right? Appears to be. Okay. So in theory... Alright, rest here again. We could probably swap out the Order's Blade for right now. And in its place... I mean, we could do increased magic damage negation. Or even an urgent heal. Too bad we don't have the regular heal quite yet. Like, I would like that one, but we need 17 int and faith for it. Could do the fireball. Like, there are enemies that does kind of be a thing. Yeah, but I feel like I want to kind of give rejection a bit of a go. Alright, let's... get rejection at the ready. But also... Alright, so there's basically the little thing that it shoots. It's a bit... shorter range than I thought, but it's still range, so... Alright. Rest to make up for the stuff just used. Alright. Mount back up. Where are we? Double check our inventory. Homing instinct. It's like a little grave. But I would have to take a guess. It'd probably be somewhere around here, because you can see basically like a gap to another raised area in the distance. So I feel like it has to be along this cliff face here somewhere. Ooh, don't want to fall there. And it looks like we're looking for a grave of sorts. It's just a bit hard to tell through the storm weather, though. I do wonder if there's a boss that we take down that eventually, like, dispels the storm, or there's always stormy here. Okay, no actually entering these ruins. Although, what's on top? Absolutely nothing. Alright, fair enough. That's like a giant drum or barrel over there. Okay. Let's get back down here. What is... Is that another creepy statue? We've come across one previously. In Kalim. Oh, we can examine these things. Guide and gatekeeper for those returning to the roots. So is it pointing towards a dungeon? Can I, like, ride this? No. Okay. Might be able to, like, the fall right here. There we go. Alright, then head this way. I mean, they say for the roots, So, oh. Huh? Oh yeah, one of these weird ghosts. Unthinkable. Our hallowed resting place is violated. To refuse the Erdtree's call to return, to live within death. Sickening. Okay. Well, don't mind if we do. Another little mini dungeon here. The Death Touch Catacombs. The Beast Eye Quivers. Oh, okay. So we have an undead target in here. Plenty of bones. Okay. No ambush. Some root resin. Obviously a door leading to a boss. Holy power, go! Hooray for being somewhat of a paladin. There we go. Turn these bony boys into bony dust. Okay, just a normal creepy candle. There we go. Ouch. Take one drink. You know, a drink to take the pain off. We are definitely made of some pretty hardy stuff, I must say. Okay. Yeah, get the torch out here. I don't trust so enclosed of a space. I keep waiting to hear the... Here we go. Alright, easy enough. I'd say almost too easy, but obviously we are using anti-undead armaments. My beloved Uchikatana! I mean, if I want to be fair, we started this journey off with the Uchikatana. Ending with it would be rather fitting. Oh, that is the wrong button. Okay, cool. Just burn all the undead in their little crypt here. Is this an item or a... Okay, it's an item, but I assume it was from a skeleton that fell down. We should probably drink. Okay, a blood rose, which I believe we've come across previously. This should open up the boss door. Yep, somewhere a heavy door opens. I do kind of like the Bloodborne dungeon vibes here. Okay, we got two bone boys. bone shard, and let's have a drink just in case. Alright, back up we go. We did fall down, so we're gonna have to work our way. Oh! Alright, not too bad, not too bad, okay. I thought we'd have to work our way quite a bit further in, but that is not the case at all. Okay, right to the ball, so let's go ahead and first replenish our strength here. Rest at Side of Grace. Cool, cool. Part of me so much wants to give in and just embrace Uchigatana. It's been with us for such a long, long time in these games. Is that candle causing this strange glowy spot? Alright, what type of undead foe are we working with? The Black Knife Assassin. Quite honestly, not too difficult so far. Okay, need to watch our stamina a bit. Assassin's Crimson Dagger. Interesting. That said, so I guess he did kind of burn, so I guess he wasn't undead? Oops, more death root. Excellent. Give it to our beastly cleric boss. And I do want to see what those daggers are all about. Critical hits restore HP. Ooh. An assassin's dagger, misshapen and stained in crimson. Critical hits restore HP. Oh, it's a charm! This charm is modeled after the dark gleaming blades used in the Night of Black Knives. Those which gave the demigods their first taste of death. Ooh. I like. Alright, return to entrance, yes. I want to be like, that was pretty easy, but again, holy armaments will do that to undead. Yeah, we should probably rest again here to replenish everything. Okay, cool. Wait, how many runes do we have? Ooh, I think we're like less than 100 short to level up. Okay, more than 100, but we're still close-ish. We could, in theory, just kind of kill something nearby and replenish. Okay, those are the birds. I have no ill will towards the birds. We can leave them be. Huh. Is this more runes from the sky? That's a hand. It's like some sort of odd golem thing. I guess we did fight basically one of the guardians up there. Ouch. Oh. I thought he was going to be a bit of a, more dangerous foe than that, but alright, fair enough. Oh wait. I thought it was like a creepy goblin thing. That was just a squirrel. Look at me jumping at shadows. Although I can barely see through the gloom here. Oh. Got a skull with some ruins inside. Golden Rune 1. It's something. Okay. I mean, we can see that there's a land beyond. Okay, so it must be like the northwest part of the overworld map. Sadly, I think we're a bit too far now for hunting down where this picture leads me to. Oh, more row of fruit. Okay. They appear more threatening than they actually are. Okay, got some string, some rune fragments. And we do have enough now to level up, so... let's go ahead and ride back to the crypt point here. Dun 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 dun. Now that said, given that that place that we came out of, the crypt, had roots in it, wouldn't that imply that there should be a minor Erd tree around, like the above area? But we don't see one, though. Alright, level up. Yeah, let's keep leveling up mine to try and get at least 100 FP. I am kind of... I was about to say, basically, thinking of maybe like stopping at around 100 MP and then just focusing on other things, but we do have that one summon that takes 120 to actually summon. Oh, okay, here's that one bridge that we've been to the bottom part here. Alright, more crucified folk here. Why are you guys all posing like you're in a band cover? I'm just going to stab you all one by one here. Alright, Golden Ruin 3, not too shabby. Smithing Stone, nice. Foot Soldier Cap. Okay, Foot Soldier Greaves. I'll admit, though, I'm kind of hoping for... I want a full set of something beyond the knight stuff. Like, I want basically like a full set of leather or clerical gear. Say that is a wrong button. Like, my clerical gear basically, I mean, could be chainmail, like we could go D&D, but I'm also okay with, like, you know, your classic white mage type look. Just something a bit more lightweight-ish. And I'm kind of okay with the look right now, where it's like a bit of a wandering warrior. It's just... we definitely are having to pick and choose, though. Come on, let me loot. A lance talisman. Okay. Enhances attacks on horseback. A talisman depicting a lance and a knight. Enhances attacks while on horseback. Knights on horseback are deadly foes. They see all below their lofty position, meeting little meaningful resistance as they charge forward. Fair. Oh yeah, Uchigatana. A katana with a long single-edged curved blade, a unique weapon wielded by the samurai from the land of reeds. The blade, with its undulating design, boasts extraordinary sharpness, and its slash attacks cause blood loss. Skill, unsheath. Skill of a swordsman from the land of reeds, sheath blade, holding it at the hip in composed stance. Follow up with a normal or strong attack to perform a swift slash attack. Yeah. Oh, did we just get a new dagger? So do we have multiple daggers now? Okay, we got 2 regular daggers. I do wonder about basically dual wielding in this game. Because they did start to expand upon it a bit more in Dark Souls 3. Where previously it was just basically 2 weapons in each hand. But some dual-wielding things are, at least in Dark Souls 3, pre-paired together, so I don't know if 2 daggers in each hand would be equivalent or not. And even then, the dual-wielding in Dark Souls 3 required... You had to have, like, some mathematical percentage of the stats needed to wield it. It was... I don't want to say it was a bit complicated, because it wasn't too complicated, but it was definitely not also completely straightforward either. I wish I could kind of get these guys down, but alas. Part of me was thinking, it's like, man, I wish there was an easy way to get down there, but then I was like, oh wait, I can teleport. So, let us instead try to see if we can't get up above here. Okay, another golden ruin. And as for the reason to try to get up above... Boy, very dark. Mainly because, again, those routes from the dungeon would imply that there is potentially a minor Erd tree up above, but we don't see anything, but it is rather windy and cloudy. So that could be... I don't know, I mean, I feel like we would have seen it, but, again, you never know. Alright, let's ride back over here. Alright, down over this way... Aw, it's a... Oh no, that's not a bear. That's one of the weird dogs. Alright, didn't put up much of a fight. I'm just gonna work my way through your... Oh, actually took more than one hit. Work my way through this camp here. Alright, drink. I won that fight. It was kind of giving me flashbacks to the Blood Knight from the one Castle Keep, but that was much easier than the Blood Knight was. Not that the Blood Knight was anything too major, just easier. The Beast Crest Heater Shield, okay. What do we have over here? Exalted Flesh. Oh, we got a patrol person. So avoid going into our inventory just yet. Okay, now we can see exactly what Exalted Flesh is. Exalted Flesh, temporarily boosts attack power. A lump of animal flesh pickled in a medicinal solution mixed with fiery spices. Considered a delicacy in the Badlands, this invigorating repast was for the exclusive benefit of those who were deemed heroes. And for the Beast Crest Heater Shield, a medium-sized metal shield, easier to handle than a kite shield, features a beast at its crest, or as its crest, serving to remind warriors not to succumb to the arousal of battle. Fight with passion, but become not its prisoner, and then has skill of parry. Okay. Alright, this regular skull over here. Anything else good in this camp, or was that really about it? We got more guys over here, including another doggo. I mean, alright to them jumping down, I guess. Oop, nice. Flask recharge. Okay, we might be able to get to the upper bit of this plateau here now. Oh, more of those stone worms. They seem pretty passive, all things considered, so I don't really feel any need to fight them. Alright, eagles. Oh, we got someone on horseback. Ashes of War, Golden Vow. Ooh. Grants affinities and skills to an armament. Alright, fair enough. Alright, has Sacred Affinity again. Golden Vow, skill passed down from antiquity among knights of the capital. Raise armament aloft and pledge to honor the Erdtree in battle, granting self and nearby allies increased attack power and defense. Usable on all melee armaments. Not too bad, but I think our current one of, like, being able to turn on Sacred Blade mode is probably nicer. I hear shiny, but is that just... That might be coming from up over there. I am intrigued, though, about the things that look like scarabs, but are setting the land on fire, so I assume they're not scarabs. Oh, there we go. Oh, no, you don't. Don't. Oh. Somber Smithing Stone. Nice. Alright, we didn't take any damage from that, right? No, okay. Okay, what do we have here? Alright, fire slugs. I really thought it was going to, like, erupt in a fiery explosion. Somewhat anticlimactic, not gonna lie. Alright, break that. Golden Rune. Let's gather all these butterflies here, because we can. Okay, not too bad. There's still the greater question of why is there a lot of burning butterflies there? Oh, it's like a half-destroyed Colosseum. Is that the Erdtree or the sun that's causing this to light here? Yeah, it's just another ruined war golem thing. No sign of a grave. That was the initial reason we kind of came up here, is that trying to pin where that painting was depicting. Alright, grab some more runes, even though they are only a tiny bit, but hey, runes are runes. Barely see, but obviously one of these has to go inside the Colosseum. Alright, another golden rune. Okay, that must be the sun, given that it is getting brighter very slowly. Alright, head over here. Still nothing. Oh, alright. There we go. Small red effigy and a duelist's furled finger. Oh, hello. Oopsie, that's the wrong one, but whatever. Competitive multiplayer. Use Duelist's Furled Finger to write red summon sign. Competitive multiplayer will begin once you have been summoned by a player from another world. You will take the role of adversary, duelist, and your objective is to defeat the host of fingers who summoned you. Alright, we got a hammer talisman. I assume better hammer, right? Enhances stamina, reducing attacks against blockers. Okay, so hitting them will cause more stamina reduction loss. Alright, cool. Had to think about that math there. Alright, hammers are highly effective against shield-bearing foes, so much so that they're known as night killers. Makes sense. Now that said, the map kind of showed this Colosseum isn't a full Colosseum because it's like on a cliffside here. Okay, the Limgrave Colosseum. United Combat and Combat Ordeals. To engage in combat with other players, touch the effigy of Murica in Colosseum, or in a Colosseum. United Combat and Combat Ordeals can be undertaken in this venue. In United Combat, two teams of fighters clash. Combat Ordeals are all-out brawls in which every combatant is out for themselves. Okay. How many PvP Coliseums are there? Because this is like the second one we've come across. We'd kind of think that there'd be a bit more for the non-PvPers, but, I mean, I guess we did get something for defeating that guy just now, and we have yet to beat the 3 red jar opponents near the other Coliseum that we came across. Ooh, bendy tree. I mean, still correct me if I'm wrong, but this Coliseum looked like it was, like, dipping over the ocean a bit from the map. But it seems pretty intact here, actually. Yeah, it's like part of it should be devoured by the ocean, but... yeah, I guess it's not quite so easy to tell. Alright, back on good old Torrent. Alright. And then Science Site, where are we? There's a Thinker Reader Crone. I am curious about them, but I figured that this little nugget of land here is going to get in our way. That was a fallen rune from the sky, if I recall correctly. We didn't check out this lake. I mean, it's probably nothing, but I don't know. Whenever I see a body of water in these types of games, I'm like, eh, you know, could be something there. I guess in most other games, though, it's usually a fishing minigame of sorts, where it's like, in this body of water, you can catch these fish. Not a thing, so far, in these games, but I am still intrigued nonetheless, though. And it looks like that basically that particular area is not too easily accessible from the nearby point of grace there, because it looks like it's on a higher elevation, so... Alright, go back this way, which should be somewhere near... What? Why storm wolves? I mean, he should have come with the pack, but he did not, so okay. If I go back, kind of intrigued on the why. Okay, those are knights. So that weird wolf tornado was explicit to this particular area? There you are. Oh, there's another. Kind of wondering if like I take them all down, if like big ol' storm wolf is gonna show up. Okay. I'm not seeing any others, but it took me a while to kind of process what was going on there, so I don't know if any of them kind of got scattered. No, okay, that's... You are no wolves, you are tiny little squirrel folk. You are deer, which I always get a bad vibe about killing in these games. Here we go. Any more? If I follow this road, are we gonna get another hail of wolves? Seemingly no. Although I'll take this chance to drink in case we get another free flask recharge. Okay. Let's just kind of wander this road here real quick to see if we can't recreate the Wolverine. That was just... okay, that was basically an Erdly flower. Alright, come on, Wolverine. Do something cool. I guess not, though. But why? I cannot help but wonder why it started raining wolves. Alright, how close I am to this lake I'm looking for? Alright, not too far. So it should be just near over here. That is to say, that giant fallen ruin thing, not like right at the drop there. Then also try to fight those big guys. I do wonder how killable or not they are. Okay. Oh, more spaghetti monsters. Alright, we do have trolls down there too. Oh, sure. Are they hiding a dungeon? No.
Hello? Can you hear me? Help me. I'm stuck. Hello?
Hello,
Hello?
Mr. Jar. With an
Anyone?
Erdtree symbol.
Oh, my stars. I'm so happy to see you. I am Alexander, also known as the Iron Fist. And as you can see, I'm stuck here. Please, can you help me out of this?
Help him out.
My thanks. 1,000 thanks. Just give me a good smack from the rear with something nice and big. And I'll pop clean out, I'm sure. Don't dally. No, there's no need to fret. I'm very well trained. Give it your all, I say.
Alright. So in theory, the Great Axe should work, even though we can't use it effectively. Because it's nice and big. There we are, triumphant delight. And just in case you attack me, good pot, sir. Just gonna re-equip this, but think nothing of it.
Well played, good lady. Well played. Though that mighty wallop of yours almost spelled the end of me. Ah. Well, I'm out now, and that's what counts. I thank you. And as a token of my appreciation, I'd like you to have this.
Literal Iron Fist, let's go. Dang. Exalted Flesh. I feel hoping for an Iron Fist weapon like brass knuckles or whatnot.
Once again, the pleasure is mine. I am the warrior Jar known as Alexander. Iron Fist Alexander. I journey to the east, where I intend to further my education in the ways of war. And beyond these lands lie the scarlet, rot-blighted Caelid wilds. And upon their southern edge is Redmane Castle, in which a festival of combat is being held. I'd heard whispers of such festivities before. Doesn't the notion set your breast aflutter?
I am most intrigued by these combat festivities.
I'm heading eastward to Redmane Castle, on the southern edge of the scarlet, rot-blighted Caelid wilds. I've heard there's to be a festival held there. I'm heading east.
Okay, repeat dialogue now. Anything in this hole? Nope. Now the question is, how did he end up in his hole? So, okay, how does this connect? Okay, looks like it goes through the little fortification we went through earlier. Alright, good luck to you, Alexander. May we meet again. Maybe in combat, or as brothers in arms. Either one works with me. Well, ideally brothers in arms. Combat. there'll be plenty of foes that require combat, so we don't need to add to that particular list. I say, as I'm about to stab this particular guy. Dang, can't crit him. Nice, nice. Alright, how many? Ooh, 1,000 runes. Not too bad. If I wasn't doing this as a recording, I would grind these guys. Given basically just rest, get flash back, hit, and then, you know, free 1,000. It's not too shabby. But yeah, okay, so we're at 3,000. We're probably need 5,000 to actually level up again here. Okay, we've already basically fully explored up there. We already checked out the telescope. Honestly, I haven't checked out that lake, but the other lake was a bit of a bust. But no harm. Just teleporting back this way. I say so check the time. Alright, we're still good, we're still good. Alright. Alright, so we need to head due south. So, through the back of the shack. Actually, I thought maybe I could have an easier time getting up from the back of the shack onto this part than not, but not quite so easy, I see. I don't think getting on top of the shack and jumping over will work to our advantage. But if we just... here we go. Up over here. Whoop. Another cemetery. Golden Rune 3. Golden Rune 1. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Golden Rune 1. Oh, a Sanctuary Stone, I think. We've seen rune fragments, but I can't remember if we've gotten a Sanctuary Stone before or not. Ah, come on. Let me pick it up. Alright, Golden Rune 1. Golden Rune 5, nice. Oh, yeah. Alright, Golden Rune 2. Yes, yes, Mr. Ram. What are you trying to do? You are aware it will not end nicely for you, right? I tried to do this peacefully. I tried. Alright, then Beast Bones. Alright, Golden Rune 2. Golden Rune 1. Okay. I do keep wondering if I'm going to be punished for all this looting of crypts and what have you. I just get vibes from like Metal Gear Solid 3 of like doing something I shouldn't be doing and that the game's going to keep tabs and then I will get punished for desecrating resting places. Okay, more meatball and spaghetti monsters. And then the weird ogre giants, but yeah, not really seeing any secret dungeons or anything more exciting. Got turtles. Oh dang, okay, that's quite the fall. I do wonder Can we gain access inside that building? Oh, oh, dang it. Alright, the answer is maybe. Whoop. As long as I don't jump over one of these cliffs to a very, very far down death. Oh, actually, wait, hold on. If I dismount jump, that might work. Dang it. Now that said, I mean, we got a good peek. I think I feel like I'm playing with fire here. That fire being called fall damage. Okay, I wasn't certain if they were like scripted to jump down into the valley, but not taking into consideration that I'm actually behind them or not. Hello, wolf. Okay. Road connects over here. There, Grace, we can unlock here. Ooh. Golden seed. Nice, I will gladly take that. I kind of expected to find some Grace around here. Ooh, what do I have over here? What is this seemingly giant butt? Why is there a... Isn't this a Marika statue? Is this a boss fight? Stormhill Evergal. Or Everjail, I think, technically. Enter the Everjail. Yes? Crucible Knight. Alright. Bad technique there, mister. Said does quite a bit of damage there. I'm not liking the fact that we're out here. What if we burn him, though? Ouch. Okay. So it looks like basically hitting with the spear is better. Alright, Stick of Marika. Well, I say hitting with the spear is better, but it wasn't shabby damage, and it would be much quicker. Oh, they put our runes... Oh, okay, they put our runes in, like, the area within reality. Okay, cool. So is this guy the warden of this weird dimensional jail, or is he the prisoner? A lot more to stomp happy that time. I do wonder how easy it will be to break his posture. Alright, Stick of Marika. I'm trying to think basically of a good way to tackle him. Because we do have... Yeah, let's see. Actually... Oh yeah, that is not... That's not a site of grace. We cannot retool our weapons here. Alright. Replenished. Enter the Ever Jail. Dang it. Slice, 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 slice. Again, it's pretty freebie though in terms of like our runes are right here, so it's not like we're risking losing them by having to re-grab them every time. We can grab them before the encounter begins. Assuming these like little worm guys don't eat runes, but I would kind of doubt that. Alright, back in. His little stompies. I do feel this is doable, though. The main thing I'm debating right now is... like, how blockable are his attacks? He seems like he would probably hit hard enough to break guard easily, but looks can be very deceiving in these games. We learned that back in Demon Souls with the Tower Knight. Very imposing, but in the end actually wasn't that bad. Okay, get the shield ready. I did actually pick up my runes, right? Yeah, right. Okay, cool. His stomp throws me off every time. It's telegraphed, so it's not too bad. Alright, Stake of Marika again. Alright, here we go yet again. Alright, gonna grab those. I do wonder. We're gonna mix it up here. We have put stuff into our dagger. What I want to try now, then, is... let's see if dual wielding is a thing or not. Okay. So attacking in our left hand attacks with both. Alright, cool. Okay, and so it does use, though, my right hand thing for the attack. Good to know. I was hoping it would be basically the dodge slash, but alas, it is what it is. Well, I say that, but actually... wait, we also... alright, we got the runes, cool. I'm just gonna reverse these. Let's have basically dagger in the main hand, blood running off. Cool. Excellent. Drink again. Drink again, because why not? Yeah, that delay in impact. Okay. Getting some space here in case he stomps. Yeah, that started tripping up there. Yeah, I can't tell if I can get a critical hit on him or not. But I do want to try. I say, glancing at the time. We're still good. I'm not wasting too many times by throwing my head against this wall. If there's... I mean, I was gonna say if there's anything this franchise has taught me is to hit my head against these walls, but I've been doing that for a long time. Such is the fate of being an elder millennial gamer. Back in my day, when I started playing games, you had one button. Too good. Drink. Oh. I thought I had enough distance to escape that. Okay, we're evading the attacks that are not actually hitting them, so I think we go back to our halberd. Our holy halberd here. The big thing is I basically hit strong enough that it kind of drains us pretty quickly, but... in terms of health flasks. But it's not entirely all doom and gloom. Alright, dun dun. Where my shield at, that we don't really use, but nonetheless. And then, boom. Still medium load. Pick up our runes. Let's go. Alright, Sacred Blade. Ah, I was hoping to get a strike in on him. It's a bit of a waste, but... oh, you can't actually summon a summon in here. You don't have the summon sign. Interesting. Did not see that rock there. Okay. Whoa! Dude has a dragon tail, okay. Color me both surprised and intrigued. Gotta be careful of any dragon tail that somebody throws out there. Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured basically we were done from how low health we have, but that went much better than previously. We got him to about maybe 60%? And I definitely see a pattern we can kind of use here. We know not to use basically our mana on attempting to summon. I was wondering, because I was like, it looks like I have enough to summon, but it wasn't letting me summon, but 101, that works with me. Alright, Mr. Dragon Knight. Yeah. Really does feel like basically that you shouldn't try retreating all that often. Like, I do wish basically it was a point of grace I could tweak my weapons a bit, because I probably wouldn't use a halberd against him. But it's kind of our go-to right now, and I don't feel like coming back later. That's just how I am. Besides, it's not impossible with this weapon. It's a bit more tricky because I am a bit more exposed at times. Yeah, well, whenever he's putting his shield back up, he definitely takes a bit of a break. Yeah. It's tricky basically with his doing that, because that is kind of his form of long-range attack. Adjusting my posture here. There we go. Alright, grab our runes and then back in. I swear, one of these days I'm going to forget these runes and it will make me very sad. But hopefully, no matter what, he will be worth it for how much runes he pays out. Maybe we can get maybe 2 leveled up if we're lucky. The moment I saw him putting away his sword, I'm like, ah, crap. Like I said, get a dodge forward, dodge forward. Honestly, this is still okay for right now. I'm just like, you know, this level of difficulty is what I tend to expect from these games right off the bat. So it's like, this is really nothing major so far. We just had the slight inconvenience of weapon alignment here. Like, in theory, we could swap in the mace, but there we go. Alright, definitely need stamina back. Attack now. We're doing good there for a bit. Really is like a very, very cutting it close in terms of all he needs is 2 good hits, but we've defeated bosses so far that only needed 1 hit on us, so this is nothing out of the ordinary. Alright, back in we go. Dun, 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 dun. getting off on the wrong foot there. Yep. I knew it was over that moment right then and there. I will take him down, though. This is doable. Technically speaking. The only thing I'm just like, don't want to burn too much time. It's always that fine line. I mean, I could do an edit cut, but I feel like ending on defeating him is probably a good way to kind of wrap things up for today. We have like a few minutes until we hit the hour-and-a-half mark, and heavens knows I've gone 2 hours plenty of times, but... heck, heavens knows I've gone even beyond that at times, but, you know. Yeah, I got greedy. Knowing he was going to do the double swing, I should have retreated. But I'm trying to get a bit used to being on the aggressive side of things. Oh yeah, we do need to also still deliver the death root to our beast cleric friend. Ideally, he will give us more goodies that we can then use to continue waging war against the undead. I'm kind of wondering what this guy will give. I can see it being his shield, and I kind of hope it's not his shield, but ouch. Drinking. Uh-oh. Dude, let me drink. Not cool. Yep, that was starting off fleeing. You know, if we got his armor, I don't know, his armor looks pretty heavy though. And it's a tiny bit ridiculous. His sword looks generic. I don't know what I would want from this guy. Maybe a spell that turns me into like a little angel dragon thing. I say that, but even if I got that move, that looks like a move that's custom made to fly off cliffs by accident when you're charging at someone. He's lucky. This is a very fixed arena, but in an actual boss fight, I assume that basically means me flying into a wall and leaving myself wide open. You know what? Good sir, once I defeat you, Jeth's Rune should be okay. Alright, come on. Come on. Dang it. Try to keep things in the arena so I don't run into, like, rocky cliffs. Okay, watch the stamina. There we are. We'll reignite the lance. It's like... There we go. Cool. Then we can't follow up on that since he'll do the tail whip. Good sir, please. We were doing so good there, too. It just came, like, when there was the opening where I couldn't get the drink in. I should have waited until, like, it was a safe dodge, but it would have turned one of the charges from being able to take one mistake into two. I would say, basically, it's a folly of not believing in my own skills, but I stand by the attempt to drink. I should have just made a better effort to try and just focus on running away after the fact. Alright. Okay. Lance. Yep, I was gonna get punished for that. Oof. Yeah. Every time where I'm just like, I just need a drink. I really should find better use of the rocks on the edge of the arena whenever I need that. Because like any good AI is going to have basically some trouble, potentially, either getting onto them, or if not getting onto them, getting off of them. Alright, let's go ahead and grab our ruins again. We're making progress. The big issue keeps coming up when we kind of take our first mistake. Which, I mean, we could just consider it being one-hit kill enemy, but... I mean, one-hit kill enemy with some generosity, but I'd rather not. There we go. He usually doesn't run whenever he doesn't have his shield away. Yep, come on. Yeah. Saw that coming. Oh, yep, there is the finisher. Whew. Tough, but mostly fair. Nothing basically, like, the fact that I can kind of dodge most of the patterns, generally speaking, are good. This is one of those fights of endurance, which, not our first time, so... Glancing yet again at the time. I don't think it's time for an etiquette forward. If we start kind of peeking up on 2 hours, then I'll probably do an etiquette. so I'm gonna eat that. Just gotta wait until I dodge a stomp. Well, a stomp where he puts his... There we go. I think I did say survive, right? Maybe I said dodge. I got too excited because I was keeping an eye out for it, so I dodged early. I do like creepy guy riding a horse. I can only assume... Actually, I was gonna say maybe boss, but a lot of the load screens guys so far seem to be friendly? Alright, back in we go. But first, if you don't succeed, try again. To find a good chance to reignite our blade. Don't want to become too drained on stamina. Dang it. Should be hitting his dragon form here shortly. Go. I forgot that is, dang it. Oh. Okay, that worked. Good reminder that basically once he enters his dragon angel form, we can't take advantage of him lunging forward. We at that point need to look for basically the openings where he's putting his shield away, which are fewer and farther between, so we might need to kind of press our advantage to see what can open up. Like, obviously there are other openings, and we could spam projectile when we see it too. Dang it. Yeah, that was me getting greedy. We can't drink until he puts his sword or his shield away. Dang, could have gotten in a hit there, but we did not. There, yeah. I thought he would basically be vulnerable for longer, so I'm like, I could probably reignite here, because that's quicker than drinking, but obviously not. But it's fine, it's fine. We are slowly getting there. Actually, in hindsight, basically, in place of when he gets to half, when he does the dive attack, and we can't basically follow up on him doing the lunge forward because of his follow-up tail, we can probably get in a projectile, though. Dang it, I should have gone forward. There we go. Whew. I could have maybe gotten a poke in there, but we did not go for it. 3 damage. That was a bit greedy, but it worked. Uh-oh. Thankfully, he's without shield, so here's open. Need to get better at basically poking the tinier openings there. We're doing good basically previously, but... I should have gone forward. Yeah, that's me paying. Part of me is tempted to drink, but I know that's just going to result in me dying. Swing. I should have gone for a poke. Dang it. Okay, I can drink. Alright, angel mode. Saw that coming. But gives us an opportunity to drink. Now we should drink Mana Flask when he doesn't have his shield out. Fall for that. Wants to believe that he's open. It's like, oh, look at me. Okay, good, good. And this little tail trick. Whoa! New trick, okay. I was wondering, I'm like, wait a minute, the tail's not going away. Well, now we know. I swear. His last 10% health is going to be like full Angel Dragon, isn't it? The only downside here is that, boy, does this fight... It's a bit mentally taxing, because it gotta be on edge, given one mistake, and it's just like, oh... Technically it's 2 mistakes. But after 1 mistake, though, death is, like, very close. Yeah, I should have gone forward. Well... a chance to reignite. Cool. Excellent. Okay, good. Glad it actually didn't hit the shield. Alright. Angel Dragon mode, go! Ouch. Yep. I was just in range of the stomp. I do wonder if the terrain kind of takes a factor into how far the shockwave travels. In that, like, because it's curved, like the mathematics basically might end up having it be more deceptive one way or another. Alright, we're not at edit fast forward quite yet. We're getting there though. But we're also getting him down too, so it's, you know, it's neck and neck. Who's gonna break first? And preemptively, no shame if I break first and do an edit cut. That was basically a bit of processing, and my brain being like, I'm supposed to dodge forward here, now think of edit cuts. Now we need to wait until basically his shield is put away. There we go. Good, good. Should have dodged forward. Thankfully, he had a shield put away. It's uncomfortable with this amount of health. Cool. Dang it. As long as we catch that early. Oof. Uh-oh, I'm out. Not good. Yeah. And he had a little bit of a new move there that I didn't expect of quickly being able to go skyward. This guy's busting out new tricks the lower he gets. If only I had the same, but alas, new tricks would require me being near a site of grace and I could reconfigure weapons. And that is not what we got, so... Alright, runes back in. Enter the jail. I always just want to call it Gal, though. I've always called it Gal growing up, but then I remember at some point, people were like, it's just jail. It's the old... Dang it! I was too obsessed with the old-timey spelling of jail. Okay. Gives that giant a drink. Not off to a great start with the health flask, but that should be fine. Ah, should have gone forward. Okay, come on, lower your guard, do something. Really what I should do on his first dive, instead of attack him, I should replenish my MP. Oh. Thought I was out of range of that, but like I said, I wonder if the terrain is a factor with that thing. Okay, here we go. Dang it, should have gone for it. Okay, now we replenish MP. And then we can start counterattacking the dives. There we go. Dang it. Being very conscientious of the terrain that I'm fighting on. Go. There should be a brief cooldown for when he can do the tail again. Not too bad. Good. Surprised that he didn't tail. Whew. I knew it could have ended it there, and it's like, yeah. Aspects of the Crucible. Tail. Neat. Are we still in the jail? Alright, no, we're leaving the jail. Hey, would you look at that? We're coming up on the 2-hour mark-ish, so... good timing. Whew, boy. Coming down off of that, it's like, oh, creates... Why is it called a supple tail? They don't need to add the word supple to it. Create supple tail to sweep the area before the caster. Caster? Oh, it's an incantation. Oh, interesting. One of the ancient Erd Tree incantations creates a supple tail that sweeps through foes before the caster, charging enhances potency. This is a manifestation of the Erd Tree's primal vital energies, an aspect of the primordial crucible where all life was once blended together. Neat. But okay. Boy, what we're looking for... Oof, we are drained on our resources here. I would love if there was a site of grace somewhere nearby. That'd be fantastic. You'd think it would be like down below or inside here. Okay, I didn't expect him to just charge me like that. The heck, mister? You got any grace in here? Gotta really go for some grace. Treasure. But I have so little left. Oop. And I don't trust those wolves either, so... I would say there has to be grace nearby, but... I mean, obviously they have a stake of Marika, so it can't be too close. I'd assume if I go... I mean, if we follow the road too much, though, we're going to just run into the Golden Path capital. Which I shouldn't be as concerned about triggering. I know from what my Souls-loving friend has mentioned, basically, that I guess there are additional tutorials to be... Why? Why does it rain wolves? Wolves do not rain. That is not a thing wolves do. Yeah, according to my Souls-loving friend, there are additional tutorials in the capital. Like, it's meant to kind of be like a tutorialization of how the game's gonna go. Oh, that's a Groveside Cave. You know what? Let's go back over here to the Agheel Lake. Oh yeah, how many runes did I get from killing that guy? Okay, enough for a single level up, I'll take that. Oh yeah, we can also basically add a charge to the flask. Yes. Boom, cool, additional flask to our health flask, and I'm okay having it on that for right now. And then level up. There we are, let's get Vigor to 14. Yep, 14's across the board, except for Arcane, which I feel slightly bad about because of Bubble Spell. But I should kind of pick a lane. I always want to just basically do everything, but that's not always great, especially for a first-time playthrough. Okay. How many runes do we have left after that to level up? Not really a lot to buy, particularly anything. So, okay, let's go ahead and wrap it up here for the day. Overall, not too bad. Glad I took down that weird dragon tail... Boy, what was this? I forget the actual name of it already. It was a something knight. The Gauntleted Knight? The Chamber Knight? It wasn't Chamber. It was something like that. It was a something knight. I just call him basically Angel Dragon Tail Feather Knight. There we go. That works. And yeah, basically took him down. We did do some exploration. We came across that arena. We did that one dungeon. Oh, actually. That actually reminds me. Before we wrap things up for today, let's go give our beast man that last seed that we got. We have to see basically if can't get anything here. Hello, boss. Got a new Deathroot seed for you, whatever these things are called. Hand over Deathroot. Yes. Nom nom nom.
I am not sated. Feed me more death.
Bestial sling. Ooh. A treat for all my hard work.
I am not sated. Feed me more death.
Boss, I don't think that's gonna end well for you. I mean, I guess you are hunting death, but like, I got some bad mojo vibes going on here. In hindsight, is that an enemy or a statue outside? That is an enemy, okay. Let's leave the giant Grim Reaper Crow man alone. Oh, we should check out though our prize. Bestial Sling swiftly flings numerous sharp rock shards. Only 10 faith, not too bad. Incantation, taught by Gorong, the beast clergyman, swiftly flings a number of sharp rock shards. This incantation can be cast without delay after performing another action. It is said that in the time before the Erd Tree, stones were the first weapons of the beasts who gained intelligence. I mean, honestly, it doesn't sound too shabby. Could be a way to kind of get some extra damage in. One day I'll actually use Reject. You know what? I should. I love Catch Flame, I really do, but we should give something else a try. Let's give Bestial Sling a try. And I want that at the beginning because I am very weird in terms of my ordering of things. Oh yeah, it's 27 faith for the tail. We are not even remotely close to that. Oh, and it takes up 3 memory slots too. Dang. And a 91 FP. Should I have not taken down that guy at the time that I've taken him down in, given... That doesn't feel like a beginner level area thing, but you know what, we did it. It's fine. It's good. Alright, let's go ahead and basically lock that in. Alright, and now we'll go ahead basically and call things. And yeah, good progress. Next time, I'm debating between the capital and more Limgrave exploration. I really want to find out where that painting is supposed to lead us. It really does feel like it, like, because it's in Limgrave, it feels like it should be a tutorial, so it shouldn't be in a different area. I would be surprised if it's in a different area. That said, like, I guess, no. I was thinking like maybe it's on the other side of the bridge, like near the Colosseum that we found, but there's not a whole lot of terrain there looking the other direction. I mean, we know that there seems to be a minor Erd Tree in the distance in the painting. Like, I want to try and find that. And Southern Limgrave, we still have yet to explore. I do want to check out basically kind of the beach that I looked at the very beginning of, it's either basically in episode 1 or 2, and there's that weird creepy hole that we found that looks like death, but I want to see if it's actually death, because we fell off a death cliff in Kalium, and we actually were able to make some progress there when we kind of first came across those, like, crystal mines, so I kind of want to check that out. So, kind of on the soft agenda for next time. But, alright. Until then, later.